Okay. Of course, now the gardener wants to come by so we can hear all of that noise. Hang on. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I guess this is as low as that's gonna go. Oh, one more thing. Oh my goodness. All right, I did it. We made it. What's up, y'all? Welcome to the morning message. Okay. Wow. So much. So much energy in the air. As you can see, I am live from the garage. Okay. Yes. I love it here. It's the garage, but it's a new garage, and it is, believe it or not, energetically sound. And we got a fan. Good morning, good morning, good morning. My first things first. I bought a new lip gloss. Cannot tell you where it's at. I'm holding on to this bad boy. This bad boy is done. Ugh. You know how like you buy a lip gloss and then you end up losing it before you ever get to use it all? Like this is the first one I've ever got to use it all. Y'all don't hear me. Say hello in the chat if you're up in here. We're gonna get started. Okay, that was a good coat. Jesus. All right, y'all. So much to cover today, kids. Welcome to the morning messages. My name is Allah-mi Basheer, Intuitive Self-Mastery Coach. Man, so much to talk about today. As you all know, Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. Pacific, 10 Eastern, I do a live intuitive channel message. Today from the garage. Oh, what's up, Najee? Yeah, today from the garage again. And what's so funny about it is that it's a lot of stuff in here. There's a space that's cleared right here. There's a lot of stuff in here, but it doesn't feel like too much stuff. And none of it's dirty. It's funny, because it just moved here. Hilarious. Welcome to the morning messages. These messages are intuitive as always, although I do start with the title now, which is interesting. So it does anchor all of this awareness that I get into a central theme before I start, but I still don't channel the messages until I start. So I do a lot of energy of taking notes. So those of you who like to take notes, this might be a good day to do that. You know, those of you who saw the title, I don't even remember what it is. It's like something about trust. We're talking about trust today, okay? And what's funny is those of you who are of my generation, the song, I don't even know who sings this song. It's a rap song. And it goes like, it goes at a really high octave, so I can't like sing it. But it goes, how low can you go? 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 Okay. So remember we talking about trust, okay? And like what you all might call as or describe as a fall, or like a trust fall, like, you know, we're talking about that, but it's deeper than that. It's literally how low can you go? okay? It's like, how low can you really like just let go and let God? Can you really do that? You know, can you really, really, really do that? Or can you just kind of lean in, okay? You know, like little bit at a little bit. Like maybe you don't like surrender in your mind the big things to your higher power just yet, if you even attribute yourself to a higher power or anything like that. But it is given, how low can you go, okay? How far can you lean into it? How low can you go, okay? Some of you have a real stern grasp on control of things. You like to have control of things. I'm channeling this message, but it's still apropos to my existence. Hello, Sakti. Yeah, it's given, this today is about really just, it's really centered around like that theme of how low can you go into this trust fall. Okay, so that felt like it got us into the message real fast today. All right, I guess we're not really messing around. I told you I feel a lot of stuff. So oh no. Hang on a second. So, I said we started the message kind of hard and fast, like went straight to talking about our relationship with our higher power. But let's bring it back to like more 3D things, okay? And trusting of people that we can see. Okay. And this is where you might want to start writing stuff down. I don't even know what I'm about to say, okay? It's just coming through as I'm speaking it. So, hang on, I got noise distraction. Okay. So, I'll give you a story in real time. It's crazy. I'm having like a meta conversation for a second. So, hang on, you guys. I'm so sorry. The gardeners just so happened to pull up right in front of the crib at just the right time. Okay. So, in real time right now, I'm having my own experience with trust, okay? Can you guys hear that? Because it's just me. I don't even know if you guys can even hear it. But be patient with me. Why didn't you just like stop right here? Oh my God. You guys, let me know if you can hear it, because I'll keep going if it's not bothersome to you. Thank you for being in the live with me today. Also, you guys. All right. Doesn't seem to be a bother to anybody, so I'm going to keep going. You can hear me just fine. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Okay. So, talking about trust. In real time, right now, I'm having my own experience with trust. Okay. And before we get back to people, okay. But just in real time in this moment, channeling these messages, it is me really having to lean into what I feel is coming through to say. Not what I feel is the right thing to say, but what is just naturally impulsing me to say it. That is what really channeling is for me. It really is me trusting that what is coming through is exactly what needs to come through at the time it's supposed to come through. It's and it's not just like unconscious, as running off at the mouth. It's very consciously listening, feeling, and allowing this energy to move through me that comes into language for y'all. Okay, and that's a real trust process. That's a very, I mean, some of you would maybe even say, oh, that would be crazy for me to do that. I can't trust what I'm going to say. It's like you can when you learn. It's like any other muscle that you develop over time. You get stronger and more proficient and more solid in it over time. It's like any other muscle building. And so, yeah, that was the title of the video, is Trust is Like a Muscle. You see how that all just lined up? I told you I forgot the title, which I clearly did. But it came through right here in this allowing. It's like a real magical moment for me to be having a conversation about a meta. I'm just lost in the vortex right now. But you feel me? Yeah, it's a real trust that happens for me to allow what you all and I refer to as channeling. It is not my thinking mind deciding what I'm going to say. It is me leaning into what is just naturally coming through. And so that is a real trust experience for anyone and all of us. And that is what it is like to live intuitively, is you become really attached to that process of understanding how that works in you. We all have this gift and ability to share a message, but the level of trust that you have to have in oneself in order to know that what you are saying and what you are feeling is valid and real and true, that is a muscle that you build over time, okay? And so there's a lot of layers to this message this morning. It feels like it's for every spiritual walk. So whether you're a newbie, you can get it, and if you're a vet, you can really get it. It's a lot in that. So, okay. Ay, ay, ay. Hello, Blake, Lucy. What up, y'all? We in the Gadash. Okay. Ashe. So, hold on, my mouth is real dry. So, okay. Welcome to all the new folks in the place. Thank y'all for stopping by. Welcome to check out any of the other episodes. I think we be vibing up in here. Okay. So let's get back to people, okay, and trusting people. Okay, and so I have to just let the momentum come in, how it's coming in, and they're likening people to water, okay? Drawing some analogy between people and water. And, you know, water can be really refreshing, okay, when it's needed, okay? It really becomes essential, right? To even our survival in its nature, right? I don't know what the math is. We are 70, 80% water. I don't know what the math is. Okay, but it's like we need water, okay? There's times when we really need it. And then there's times where water can be too much, overwhelming and overpowering. Okay, where it can feel heavy, okay, like you are so consumed by it, okay. If you've ever been in an ocean, you know that the water is bigger than you, okay. If you go too far, too deep, okay. So it's like some of us have relationships with people that feel very refreshing and very nurturing and nourishing. Okay. You have family members who feel very, I'm hearing the word fluid, okay, that feel very fluid. Relationships that feel very fluid, okay. A lot of water analogy. So, the relationships that we most come to trust, okay, are those kinds of relationships that feel fluid and that feel nurturing, okay. And even in their worst of times can feel overwhelming or drowning, okay. But either way, we know that they're an energy source, okay? That relationships are important, okay, to even keep us going. All kinds of relationships. If you even just think about anything in the marketplace, anything that is bought or sold, we all need someone to do it, okay? And so we limit relationships to just looking at, people around us or in our social circle, but really relationships, even when you're in business, go far and wide and beyond. Okay? And so there's a lot of layers to this message for those of us who are entrepreneurs, okay? Talking about relationships and building trust in relationships with your customers, patients, clients, audience, okay? Your relationships. Building trust in those areas requires intentionality, and it is a process. It is a muscle that is built over time, okay? So for those of you who want to start YouTube channels and go viral and big quick, okay, it's about developing relationship, okay? I really love this message because it's something that has really been for me a blessing that has come, I'll be honest with you, in disguise at first. As I just get on these channels and talk and do what I do, and hope that it reaches somebody warmly and inspirationally. I don't get to determine that, so I don't get to get caught up in that or to be focused on that too much. But what I will say is, even in this area, in this platform, the people that show up all the time, Maya's and Crystal's and Najee, and, Angel, and all the folks, all of you who do it, Tia, Jordan, I love that, it's so cool. And, yeah, it's a trust that is continuing to be built over time. And even with our personal relationships, okay, we believe that trust only comes from time spent, okay? It's like hours earned, and watching and observing and experiencing, okay? And that is real and true as well. In our human experience is very real and very true, okay, and very necessary, okay. And then there's that knowing that tells us that we're safe and that we can trust and that we're okay, that comes from a place that we cannot qualify all the time, okay. It is a sensing to know, right? And so it's expanding this notion of trust beyond what you can physically see, okay? And what you say, I don't trust you as far as I can see you, literally, is the same. And so it's just a lot of energy. Hey, Chris. It's a lot of energy this morning around really expanding and widening your definition of trust, okay? Beyond what you see and what you can physically pick up with your senses, okay? Beyond what you can taste and touch, okay? It's like some of you might call your creative mind your imagination, okay? But you can, and it's just as many ways, call it your intuition, okay? Because you will have a knowing of ideas or information or ways of being that come to you out of nowhere, which you may attribute to your own knowing, okay? But that is how downloads happen, and that's how your intuition speaks also, okay? Whew, these messages is out in the deep today. I love it so much. But it's true. As I'm listening, I'm channeling and listening at the same time. Throughout the course of our lifetime, we are going to have so many types and kinds and lengths, okay, degrees and genres of relationships, okay, all kinds, for all kinds of reasons, okay, that give us all kinds of different experiences and meanings, you know. And at the heart of relationships, any sustainable relationship has to include trust. Okay. Okay. Even if it's limited to a financial transaction, it's still a trust relationship here. I trust that if I give you this, you're going to give me the money for it. Okay, there's a trust relationship in every relationship. So it's a matter of not just, I don't know the words, I don't know how to put it in language. I don't know how to say that part. It's like the energy I can't really give language to, but what I will add is, sorry. It's like needing to lean in, okay? Sorry, hold on. I'm getting like kind of multiple different hits, if I will. So there's kind of two pieces of this learning how to trust part, okay? Particularly when it comes to people, okay? Because with people, we are distracted by how they appear and what they're wearing or how they're walking, or some nuance in the experience that is more, 3D than it is spiritual. And it's a different kind of trust when you are just trusting spirit. Okay? It's like accounting for our human experience. We can trust on some level a non-physical being greater than we will trust somebody that is right in front of us, and not for the same reasons. Okay? I don't know if y'all can pick up what I'm putting down. Okay? With humans, we have a different rubric by which we grade trust. Okay? And that is often the mirror, so it's often the mirror of any trauma or misfit relationships. So meaning we don't have a clear view on what we're seeing because we're seeing it through the lens of a previous hurt or harm. Okay. Again, we're still talking about relationships, right? And trust. Okay. So there's a need for us to lean in. Okay, when we're talking about our non-physical trust, we're trusting in our higher power, whatever that means to you. It's like a leaning in. And then when we're talking about trust with humans and people that are in front of us, it's more like a sensing to know. Okay. Again, because duration and time spent, hours spent in developing a relationship does allow us to feel some sense of safety and trust, some of us. Okay. But as they say, you never really know anybody, right? Okay, you never can really know even by what you see and how you see behavior show up or language or mindset show up. You still never know. But the knowing doesn't come from the mind, it has to come from the body, based on over time how something makes you feel, or for those of you who have that immediate knowing, that kind of start knowing that doesn't waver over time. If you have that gut knowing, if you will, you can know in an instant, okay? And you may not know that you can know in an instant, or you may not trust that you can know in an instant, but so many of us really can, without needing the time spent to see over time what we already knew. Okay. Whew. So, it's just a lot of energy. Hang on, let me get some water. Y'all resonating with these messages? Y'all have any questions? Do you have any challenges in this area? Okay. It's like, what is your relationship to trust? Write that down. What is your relationship to trust? Write it down too. What is your relationship to trust? Go whichever way you want to go with that. What do you mean? Whatever comes to you when you hear that statement or that question. See, I have to do my homework too. Write it down. Yeah. What is today's date? Like the 20th, I think. Yeah. What is your relationship to trust? Even before we start talking about any other entity or person outside of yourself, is like, what's your relationship to trust within yourself? How much do you trust yourself? Okay? That's a very interesting place to stop right there. Okay? How much do you trust not other people? Okay? Or other possibilities. How well do you trust yourself? Write that down. And if you need to put it on a scale from 1 to 10, I invite you to do so. So I guess it'd be how much do you trust yourself? What do you mean? Whatever comes to mind, whatever area of your life comes to mind first, write it down. Work, parenting, play, business, finance, love, leisure, whatever. Okay? Whatever that means to you. Okay. Sounds like we got some homework, kids. Some journal prompts. Okay? Trust is a muscle that we build over time when we're talking about people and anything outside of ourselves. We may lean into it more and more and more over time. Okay? But that knowing that knowing about people is a thing. So many of you have knowing about people that you ignore. And you have it. And you low-key know you have it, but you don't really want to have to own it because there's so many reasons why we honestly self-sabotage ourselves. There's so many reasons why we ignore the red flags. Okay. There's so many reasons why we don't trust ourselves. Okay. So many of us were raised by parents who were gaslighters. That could, if you're in the environment or the energy of someone who is narcissistic or has gaslighting tendencies, they will often say and do any and everything to undermine your intelligence and what you know. And sometimes this comes in the form of parents, sometimes this comes in the form of partners, this comes in the form of friendships, okay, platonic friendships, okay. And so very often we're made to stop trusting ourselves and denying what we know to be true. One, because it just is emotionally safer, especially as a kid. You just need some relief, right? And as an adult, it's emotionally safer to be in denial. Sometimes that feels easier than having to deal with the whole truth, okay? So there is a lot of energy around us really mastering our ability to trust, our judgment in relationship based on how we feel. Not the number of years and time spent, but how we feel. Okay, and you see me circling my body. It's like not head up, neck up, what you think. Okay, it's how does it feel over time? Okay, does it feel nourishing? Okay, refreshing? Does it feel like it's good for your soul? Okay, does it feel fluid? Okay, does it feel supportive? These are the questions by which to assess trust. Not our thinking mind that will justify all kinds of reasons why we, quote, should trust this situation or trust this person or trust this opportunity. Okay. All right, so, whew. A lot of meat on this bone today. Y'all having a good time? Blake, what up? All right, hold on. Let me get into these cards. Let me get a little water. All different kinds of relationships. As they say, for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. We'll have all right, I think it's back. Yeah, there we go. All right, let's get into some quartz. I'm working with the Moonology deck. I got 3 quartz. My. Okay, and they're all kind of the same kind of frequency. Let's see if I can do this right. My. Let's turn it around upside down. First card up. Boom. card says enchanted. Okay. So it came out and I just kind of looked at it crazy for a second because I'm like, what does that have to do with anything right now? What does that have to do with anything right now? Okay. And then I got it. Okay. So, like literally, you saw me patting my chest. It's like what makes your heart go pitter patter. Okay. This energy of enchanted, to be enchanted with something, to experience enchantment. Okay. Whew. It's a hard connection to draw to trust. Okay. If you think about things like trust, the only people who have problems with trust are people who struggle with it. Right? And when you struggle with something, it's not really something you desire. Okay? It's not something that you can feel like you can find joy in. And in fact, you're really focused on the negative aspects of a thing. Okay? And I'm not talking about when, when it's justified. If someone is coming at me in anger and threat, I trust that they have an ill intent or will toward me, so that's going to change how I deal with them. But this energy feels like, honestly, I want to describe it as like what is impossible in the moment. Okay, we're human beings. Like, we have limitations, and these are the things that really challenge us in our real life. So, for instance, it's like it's like finding good reasons to trust people. So I struggle to say that out loud because I don't want to give people the wrong idea about this message, and it feels very nuanced. Okay. So, hear very loud and clear that we all have an instinct, a primal instinct to keep ourselves safe. Okay, a primal instinct that lets us know when we need to do something different. Okay, so I'm not talking about like life or death survival level trust. Okay, I'm talking about like just really socially letting somebody into your life, or letting someone be there for you, or trusting that the relationship can be or could be safe. I'm talking about on a very surface level, so I want to make sure I'm very clear in that distinction of what I'm describing. Okay, so what I'm talking about is, to be more specific to, for instance, some of you have a very hard time making or developing relationships. Okay, I mean, you have a hard time meeting people, but you have a hard time developing relationships, sustainable relationships with people. And so this feels like, an energy of not just letting the guard down per se, but it is really about practicing what it takes to have a sustainable relationship, which means that you have to want to, I like an enchantment to like really the seeding of desire. Okay, it really is. It's the seedling of desire. Before something becomes like really something that you want, it has to tickle your fancy. It makes your heart go pitter patter. It has to activate something that feels like something in you. Okay. We liken this notion of being enchanted or enchantment as a state of being as something that fairies experience. But no, it's like it is that part of you that whimpers with excitement when it experiences something. And some of you don't even know that part of you because you don't pay attention so deeply. But if you start to pay attention, okay, you'll come to know that you can find knowing in your body. okay? You can find knowing in your body that tells you what is right, what is real, what is safe for you, okay? Whew. Okay. I just need to let that breathe for a second, okay? Okay. You have a knowing, okay? If you trust it, okay? That will let you know about most things, okay? In this 3D realm, you can know about most things and most people and most situations if you pay attention more keenly to your body. It's like we have animal instincts, we really do. Okay, we do have a gut intuition. We have a knowing without knowing how we know. And then our bodies are naturally made to fight or flight. We have an instinctive knowing, okay? But fight or flight doesn't just, it's not just a physical task of combat. It's like your body has those signals that it gives you before it even gets anywhere near any of that. It's telling you a long time ago, like day one before you even went on the 3-week vacation. You know, it's like, it tells you ahead of time. Okay. If you trust it. Alright. So this energy won't let up. So it's also giving enchanted is like, you know, a stereotypical, and I say stereotypical because we've either seen it in a movie or a storybook or somewhere. It's like the enchanted garden, right? Or in this case, it's like the moonlight. Sitting by the night of the moonlight is seen as an enchantment scene, okay? And it's given that. It's given like a need to kind of sit with self and not just reflect, but also write, okay? So it's not just have, you know, play with it in your mind, but to write the story of how you want to experience relationships, okay? Write the story. So it's not just a one-liner or two-liner. It's like to really describe with detail how you want to experience your relationships. And if you want to specify by genre, you know, co-workers, family, friends, or if you want to specify by people, okay? It's all value added. So have fun with that. I will too. So how do you want to experience your relationships? Okay. Ashe, ashe. Y'all with me still? Y'all quiet today. It's Monday. Everybody trying to wake up. It's all good. I get it. I get it. I get it. Oh, let's turn this way, maybe. Okay. That's not the deck I'm working with, but you get the gist. All right, next card we got up says Courage. It's a beautiful card. Courage. And, I mean, that definitely tracks, right? It takes a lot of courage to lean into new levels of trust. Trust in yourself, trust in the divine, trusting in people around you, trusting in the process of life. All of it is something that we build over time, okay? So it's a process of becoming. It's not a switch that we flip and it's on and we don't have to worry about it going off. It's a process that we have to re-engage every time we're confronted, okay? And so this energy of courage is here because it's easy to run away from doing this kind of work. You know, it's very easy to run away from doing this kind of work. And when I say work, it is work. You know, to be intentional in how you self-care and how you build relationships and how you live your life, it has to be intentional. It does. And when you do things like face fears and lean into uncomfortable positions, it does require courage. Okay, it's a willingness on your part to do. Okay, that's what courage really is a willingness on your part to do. Okay, a willingness to do. Okay, in spite of. Okay, so, okay. Listening and working and applying to jobs. Good for you, girl. Okay, do what you gotta do. I like these little crowns that you guys have. I don't know what they mean, but I think they're cool. I don't know what they mean, but I think they're cool. Alright, boom. Like the video if you haven't already. I appreciate it. I gotta take a little break, stretch a little bit, drink some water. It's a lot of energy today. Got a couple more decks to pull from, too. Happy Monday! Hello, Lucy. Lucy! No, Lucy, you are not on my live. Is this the Lucy I think it is? Lucy, are you the Lucy I think you are? She's like, yeah, girl, of course I am. Lucy, please chime in, because if you're the Lucy I think you are, I swear on my life, I just thought about you like the day before yesterday. I don't either, trying to figure that out. Man. Okay, I got one more card from this deck. I'm trying to get to it, and it's trying to get to us. Boom. Says it is the truth, goodness so real, and I love the... Okay. You know, YouTube would try to get me in trouble for singing a little bit of the song. Because now I have number one by my crown. Hey, I don't know. I have no idea what it all means. Excuse me. I think it's love in the club. I'm gonna have to Google it. They just started doing it. All right, so I got the truth card, okay? And I feel like it's given that over time, like to give things time, okay? And this feels like, I feel like there's some recklessness in this message, so I'm trying to like govern it, but I need to just let it be. Okay. So they want me to prioritize. Okay, so remember that primal, guttural, like instinctive knowing that we have to literally keep ourselves safe? Is what happens is people don't realize that they have it, so they don't use it. Okay, it's like, again, that intentionality to use it. If I'm going to come in this room and turn the light on, I'm going to have to turn the light on in order to use it. Okay, so if I come in here and I don't actually do the action of turning the light on, I'm not going to be able to experience the light. Okay, so it's a tool that we have to consciously go there to. Okay, it's like an assessment. It's a moment of awareness, okay, by which you are not using your thinking mind, but you are using your primal sense of knowing. Like you're asking yourself, you're pulling it from that place. Most people are not doing that kind of work, okay? Some people, okay, but most folks who are not quite awake to themselves in that way are not moving in that direction, okay? So it is a level of what I call tapping in. It is a moment of where you've got to stop and tune in for a second, assess how are you feeling, not what are you thinking and what are you wanting and where are you trying to go, but how does this actually feel in my body? Okay, how does it fully feel in my body? Is something flagging? Anything? Okay, and this is a method of discipline that is, you know, what they call that muscle that you build over time. Okay, this is a knowing you come to get more familiar with yourself in this way over time, you guys. So it is about trusting the knowing that comes through the body. Okay, whether it's a feeling or a gut sense to know, that truth will be made clear and clear and clear over time. Okay, clear and clear and clear over time. I'm really noticing all the moons at the top, okay? It's like if every time it keeps that same, like you keep running up against that same reality, that same feeling, that same experience, there's truth in that, okay? And it's an internal experience that I really want to hone into. It's not just, oh, you see somebody behave. That's the real thing too. You know, people show you who they are, believe them, they say, right? And if that's who they routinely are, that's who they are, no matter who you want them to be or whatever that condition is. Okay. But this feels more internal. Okay. It's paying attention to how it feels. Okay. If it feels routinely uncomfortable, then it's probably not for you. Okay. Okay, if it feels routinely uncomfortable, it's not consistently for you. Okay, write that down. Okay, if it feels routinely uncomfortable, it is not consistently for you. Goddamn, bars. Okay, hold on. Sorry. Oh my God. Bars. Whew, I gotta breathe off of that one. That one came in with a lot of momentum. Like this video if you resonate with that saying. My word. All right. Okay, I think I got through these cards. Let's go to the others. Oh, we got some tarot. We've got some tarot. I don't think these cards are actually in this box. Maybe they are actually. All right, we'll pull from here too. These cards are so pretty. They really are. I had to have them. Okay. It says, exploring the empath oracle. The empath oracle. Your guide to the sacred gift of empathy. All right. That's what it says. Period. Okay. Well, let's see where that takes us. We'll pull one from this deck, and then I'm going to pull from the tarot, and then we're going to eat breakfast. Artwork is crazy. All right. Hold on. Hope everybody's feeling good. I hope y'all got some rest last night. Okay. Hope you had a wonderful weekend. And I pray that your week goes off without a hitch. Pray that you have some fun this week. I pray that you get an unexpected gift this week. I pray that you learn something new about yourself. This card fell too. And that you are being intentional. Look at this. Oh my God. Being intentional. It is aligned, my friends. My God. I love it so much. What am I talking about? What am I talking about? I feel like I'm winding down these messages. The card says creating personal space. These cards are wild. The artistry and the imagery is wild. Get your own thing. Creating personal space. So I'm in the garage because it just feels like personal space, even though there's things in here. And sometimes we need to have our own space so that we can do our own grounding rituals and connect with our heart space and see how we're doing and feeling, and not have the influence of any other energy or any other human energy around you. And there's something that's really sacred about that alone time that we all need, okay, every day, multiple times a day, for some of us. There's a sacredness to that alone time that some of us overlook, okay? Some of you are in partnerships and it's like you have a hard time giving your partner that kind of sacred space, and that looks like all kinds of things. That's not like, oh, I don't mind if my partner goes, to the gym without me. It's like, yeah, but can they go travel without you? Okay. Can they go on vacation without you having an attitude or feeling any type of way? Okay. Are you allowing for that kind of personal space? Okay. It's that kind of stuff. But it's like, each one needs one. Okay. Everybody needs their own personal space. So you for you and them for them. And so create opportunities for that. Create opportunities for them. And for some of you, it needs to be more permanent opportunities. Like, we don't need to share space anymore. But I digress. Use yoga. Okay. Also to that end, this card came out, shielding, protecting, and grounding. This feels, again, very necessary. Why this personal space is so essential is a need to reconnect with self. It's a need to really do these journal prompts. It's a time of self-reflection and self-love and self-growth. Self-healing. If you're talking about grounding, this conversation around trust, it wasn't just born out of nowhere for you. Your relationship to trust, the way you feel, how you feel about people and things and places, you come by it legitimately, as they say, honestly, earnestly. Okay, it's like some relationships have tried to drown you, essentially, okay, energetically, okay, and they've done a good job of it, okay, and so there's a lot of healing that's needed in this area. So this alone time is not just for the sake of being with yourself, by yourself. It is also learning to soothe those parts of yourself that feel hurt or betrayed or unloved or forgotten, okay? These are the relationships that build our relationship to trust, okay? Woo, okay. Last card from this deck, and then we're gonna get to this tarot. These cards and the artwork is stupid. Card says, loving the self on all levels. Loving the self on all levels. Okay? Y'all get it? Okay. This is the most sacred gift that we can give ourselves, is to actually have genuinely, I want to say it two ways. It's like having genuinely gotten to a place where we accept ourselves and love ourselves. But it's like, I want to say it like with like slang terms, like getting to a place where you really like fucks with yourself. Like, in Black culture, it's like I fucks with you. If I fucks with you, then we good. We cool. I really dig you. I want you in my energy. You're great to be around. It's like having that kind of rapport, but with yourself. Okay, is that type of energy. Is having that kind of relationship that is solid. Intuition is not wavering. Intuition is never not sure. Okay? Your mental mind may not be sure because it hasn't learned how to compartmentalize all of your knowing. But your intuition is never gray. It knows. Okay? It knows. It knows without a doubt. Okay? It's the mind that then brings in doubt. Okay? So it's, yeah. A lot of energy around being with self, loving on self, okay, being in your own energy, in your own space, even for an hour or two. If you can get half a day, all day, a vacation, whatever you can finagle. And those of you in partnership, you should encourage it for both of you. It's important for both of you. Okay? Even the healthiest relationships need space. It's like when we, ooh, my knee, I had to hold it way too long. It's like anytime we, anytime you get some alone time, you're going to be able to think straight. And for some of you, that's probably your worst fear. Is if your partner get alone too long, they may start thinking straight. And decide something other than you, or you decide something other than them. Okay, but clarity is clear. And we always still have choices. But I guess some of us just don't want to know. I don't want to know. That's not how it goes. How's it go? They're gonna know. That's how it goes. All right, I'm shuffling this tarot. Now let's get into something. The Hermit. What were we just talking about? Goddamn Hermit just dropped out here. What am I talking about? Be the fuck alone. Need to get to your own space, in your own energy. That's all Hermit energy. Literally. Okay? This tarot deck loves me. This deck really fucks with me too. Okay? Yeah. And the world, listen, I'm telling you, good shit happens when you get by yourself. I mean, if you need to clear space and clear house, then that might be what needs to happen in order for your shit to bust wide open. Okay? Hermit energy and the World card. What is this? Look, come on. I mean, listen. I can show you better than I can tell you. Okay, hold on. Look. Hermit, World, 6 of Wands. Okay, what you need to know? What you need to know? Okay? Shit is on the glow up. As soon as you get by yourself, to get your fucking head right. Okay? And to really open up. And some of you all are single and need to open up to partnership and love. Okay? Some of you need to open up to partnership and love. Okay? I'm also reading that this Hermit energy is the energy of the past. Okay? It's like needing to open up. When you open up, it's going to be your glow up. Okay? It's going to be your glow up. I love that. I just can't, you can't make this shit up, I'm telling you. I couldn't if I tried. I could not if I tried. Alright, I think that's all I got, but I feel like I need one more closing card. It doesn't quite feel like I'm done. Y'all got any questions? Feel something else lingering. I think I'm gonna go on TikTok for a little bit. Trying to learn how to use this platform. I'm dedicated to learning. So I gotta go spend time on there. If you want to follow me over there, feel free. I'm gonna pull one more card. That feels appropriate. All right, so I do feel like some of y'all got some real decisions to make, okay? Two of Pentacles. You got some decisions to make, okay? So it's given you need this alone time to ground, to sort through what you're really trying to do. It's like you need it to ground, okay? Heavy energy on that. But it's like once you go and commit to that time to yourself, it feels like you're gonna come to some conclusions, all right? Some clear conclusions that are like what's right for you. Some clear conclusions, okay? But yeah, tough stuff. All right, y'all, I think I'm out. 66 minutes. Love y'all so much. Follow me over to TikTok. I don't want to say that. That don't feel right. I need to eat some breakfast and I'll be on there later. But if you're not already following me on TikTok, find me. I'll be over there soon. Okay, love y'all. Have a great day. No matter what.